on Tiki Barber's radio show with Brandon Tierney yesterday. He essentially said, quote, Saquon Barkley might not be an every down back. Quote, he cannot pass protect. It's becoming glaring. It's going to be a liability. Recognition is 1 and 2. You got to go hit a dude. Saquon Barkley is a big man who doesn't want to hit anybody. It's frustrating to watch. He's a great back, but he's frustrating to watch trying to pass protect. Now, I will say equal time. It is a political season, of course, Bart, that Saquon fired back by calling Keyshawn, you are a legend. He fired back by calling Tiki, quote, a legend. So he tried to temper it down, tamp down, move the temperature down in the room. And he also said he was going to use Tiki's comments as a challenge. So he's taking the high road, rarely seen in America today, but Saquon is actually doing that. Bart, what do you think?
I mean, I've been kind of speaking to this the last couple of years, you know what I mean? I was talking about Saquon's got to be willing to get the dirty yards. You talk about the system that he's in, where we've seen Ezekiel Elliott, get the dirty yards. And every once in a while, football is about physicality. It's about sticking that foot in the ground and running somebody over every once in a while. You just can go back to when Jamal, when they played the Jets last year, and Jamal ran through him, took the ball from Danny Dimes, and scored. If you've ever stood next to Saquon Barkley, you realize and you know that Saquon Barkley is bigger than Jamal Adams. And you got all these thunder thighs, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to sink and hunker down and be able to deliver a blow. Being on a third down back and being in pass protection is about want to, right? And it's about closing the distance. And sometimes Saquon doesn't look like he wants to close the distance. Or he's doing it, but he's not doing it trying to deliver something. He's trying to absorb. And to be a great back, you watch. You can say whatever you want about Le'Veon Bell, Frank Gore. You want to see somebody step up in there and deliver blows to people. Then you look at Le'Veon and his commitment to making sure that his quarterback stays upright. And that's something in evolution. We all got holes in our games when we come here. There's very few of us don't. And this is something that Saquon has to willingly do. And he has to willingly put them shoulders square and run by somebody. I'm looking at your show, looking at your highlights. Look at those shoulders. Those shoulders are trying to circle the defense. Every once in a while, it ain't no 5 yards out there. It's 2. But those 2 are sending a statement. And when you kind of get that label kind of being soft and being a guy that wants to bounce like Reggie Bush used to do, then the guys play you a certain way. They say, we're going to slant. We're going to make him circle because we know he going to the perimeter. He don't want this smoke in the middle.
Well, Bart, look, I try to be objective as much as possible. And you was obviously a great linebacker when you played at Baltimore as well as the Jets. When you look at a guy like Saquon Barkley against Pittsburgh, he was hit in the backfield 11 times on 15 carries. He couldn't even get out of his stance. But then when you talk about pass pro, do you think, based on the way that they did things at Penn State, he wasn't in a lot of pass pro protections at Penn State? They kind of took him out of that when they threw the ball. They threw it. He caught the ball well out of the backfield. That's why he's a pretty good receiver. Is it the Giants' job as a coaching staff to teach him how to do the pass pro?
Well, they had to teach Tiki how to hold on to the football, right? That's part of being a professional.
Yes.
Right? So we all got holes in our games. It's all things that we come from different programs that we were asked to do and that we're not asked to do. We ask these offensive linemen to kind of learn how to do certain things when they're in these open-up spread offenses. We ask these quarterbacks to learn how to get under center, right? They don't do that a lot. So, who's Saquon Barkley to say that he shouldn't have to adjust and add something to his game when he gets to the pros? We all do. As the game continues to evolve, it's certain things that if he can't do that, then you have to say, is he a liability? Because what a team's going to do, especially a team like Pittsburgh. Okay, you got 1 or 2 choices. You can release Saquon Barkley and let him be the hot route, and then what happens when those linebackers start pilling on the outside, or they're going to try and overload blitz and make you use him in the protection, and he's going to have to, man, I almost said the old N-word. All good. He's gonna have to buckle down, so to speak.
Yeah, you getting into your football mode. I see you.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to shorten somebody's neck, man. You can't get all the glorious stuff. You can't get all the preppy stuff.
You don't play no more. Relax, man. You got all that blood flowing to the brain right now.
Hey, man.
I hear it in your voice.
Bro, in New York, if you got a hanging earring, you better be a tough guy.
Well,
'cause that's LT status right there, man.
I hear you.
You're talking about the legendary Lawrence Taylor, maybe the greatest player in Giants history.
Absolutely. And listen, usually you get clowned if you got your number hanging from your ear dangling. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a tough guy, you can get away with it. You can't be soft with it.
Old number 56 was causing some havoc.
Bart, man, you sound like a linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah, Bart would need to put on the microphone today. I could hear him right from his house. I mean, that was a ton of passion. Bart, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it. I'm going back to sleep, man.
All right.
Go back to sleep. By the way, last thing I would say, if Saquon's worried about this, he clearly isn't. Remember what happened the last time Tiki Barber criticized Eli Manning? You remember what happened there?
I think they won a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Look, it happened. This is New York, man. This is New York.
I get it. Okay, you're a big-time back, and we don't want you to come off the field on third down because you are successful in the passing game, but he has to learn pass pro. Pass pro is extremely important.
Pass protection.
Pass
Short
protection.
for pass protection.
Pass protection. I always, when I talk about pass protection, I always go to the late Lawrence Phillips when he played in San Francisco. And I remember that hit on Steve Young when he missed the blitz pickup and got Steve concussed. I remember that like it was yesterday, and I always talk about that. It's important and very vital for running backs to be able to pick that up.
Yeah, for those that don't remember, Lawrence Phillips, late great running back at the University of Nebraska, had a ton of personal problems in his life. He's no longer with us, but he was said to be a high-level NFL prospect, and I do remember that hit you're talking about with our colleague, Steve Young.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.